to accept anything that we put in this country, including toothpicks. Toothpicks. You cannot your currency cannot be strong if you have to depend on everything you want.
How are you responding? How is the party responding to this?
Diversify the economy, and this is not going to happen overnight. If you plant rice today, it's going to take you about 1 year to harvest. You don't know the amount of money we spend on importing rice on a daily basis. You don't know the amount of money we spend on importing even apple and grapes from South Africa, or wines and fruits from South Africa. We go up everything. 2 days ago, a friend of mine took the family to South Africa, and he came back. He said, these people brought brooms and swept away the largest economy in Africa. And I laughed. I just went to Google. I brought about 50 companies, South African companies that are here in this country. ShopRite, MTN, Spar. Many of them, 50 of them. I said, which one do you have in South Africa? He didn't respond. Because some of them don't know anything. They are babies. So they don't know anything. They are babies. We are building the economy devastated over 16 years. If you have seen today's nation, you will see where somebody, the wife of the former president, where he said, $23 million in his account. He said it's for medical bills. We have seen this thing.
You want to change all of that?
We have seen this thing all over since we took over. Money coming from left and right, stolen. Anywhere they touch their hands, turn to ashes. Anywhere they put their hands, turn to ashes.
Barrister.
So these are the things we need to deal with. These are the things we need to deal with.
Okay, just a second.
And it's not. I want you to take time to marshal your points out so that people will hear you.
Okay.
Don't.
That's what I've done. Don't worry. I'll pick 4 things from what you said. Don't ask me the question. I'll give him the answer. Number 1, and I'll start from where it's dropped off. 16 years. Everybody talks about 15 years without being political. 16. How many? 16 years, sir. In all of those 16, how many political office holders participated in the 16 years and are not in this present government? How many of them? 16. If they were governors, have their states become more viable? Are those states still not owing salaries? Are those states not are they compliant with pension reforms and payment of pension? In all of those 16 years, Nigerians know the answer. I need not be cloud. Nigerians. That's what I'm saying. The same people, yes, the same people who caused the problem are the same people reforming it. Blaming 16 years. PDP is just a nomenclature. Excuse me, sir. You just said that to keep quiet. Let me not say to you that you should please keep. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Number 1, I talk about a problem.
Remove that textbook from his table. Remove the textbook there.
And I'm going to speak to him.
Speak so that
I closed it. Number 1, we are trying to don't bother. Okay. Number 1, Nigerians our present president, whom we love, is trying to cut costs. All over the news in the last 1 week, I've been hearing about the fleet. I'm not even going to talk about the presidential fleet. I'm not bothered about it. Whatever sums they've been investing or draining by that measure to say they are maintaining that presidential fleet, I don't care. Maybe he will be able to give us the figures and tell us whether we are really cutting figures. He's talking about tourism. His friend took his family members to South Africa. Why won't they go to South Africa? If I had the means, I'm in US already. I'm in the Bahamas because there's nothing to ride home about.
Going to South Africa was not the problem, but what he said.
Let me finish, sir.
What he said.
Let me finish.
That APC people brought groups and swept.
Excuse me. Who is not keeping quiet now? Secondly, sir, they're talking about remuneration of National Assembly members. We have National Assembly members who are still receiving pensions as governors. Mr. Igbokwe is there as APC spokesperson. What have they done about it? Number 2, the National Assembly members are receiving allowances, wardrobe, furniture. If it's statutory, what the president should do is put together a bill to that same National Assembly and say, Nigerians, we need to cut costs. We are at recession period. We cannot afford this. Please amend the bill. Excuse me, sir. Please excuse me. Can you please, sir? Excuse me. Excuse me. If I was Attorney General, if the Attorney General knew what he was doing, he would have put together a bill now. My learned senior is a senior advocate and is also the vice president, a professor of law, whom I respect very much. He knows this. Let us put together a bill to say, let us amend the remuneration of National Assembly members. That's another solution, sir, in case APC doesn't know or this government doesn't know. Budget implementation, I'm going to read for you. You tell me it's a speech now. The president said in October, that he has voted 500 billion naira for social intervention. That's what he said. 500 billion for social intervention for 2016 budget. Excuse me, sir, we are in month September. When is he going to release these funds? And if he's not going to release them, shouldn't he inform us?
Is it not possible? Let me ask, is it not possible that having seen the enormous challenge in the system,
yes,
the rot, like the present government want us to believe
yes,
and know,
yes, sir.
They see better,
yes, sir.
They know better,
yes, sir.
And you can't just begin to throw money at problems right now. Until you clean up the system.
There's something called excuse me, it's a question directed to me.
Take that paper from me.
It is something that
the president said by himself.
No, the question was to me, sir. The question was to me. Doesn't he understand that now? I was the one stating the problem.
I'll let you react to that. Okay, quickly.
I was the one stating the problem as a solution. What the president should be doing is to inform us. That's what the Minister for Information should be doing. Taking on the responsibility of the Director General of National Orientation Agency. When did the information tally with orientation? If you are orientating us, there's a separate ministry for it, which has permanent secretary, which has votes in the budget. What is the minister doing? Saying that without telling us what the government is doing, which is his own statutory responsibility.
Okay. One thing you must know about this president is that anytime he speaks hope. And he doesn't talk too much. Somebody who talks too much, we throw away his points. You can calm down with a very calm disposition and say what you want to say. This is not a student union soapbox.
I'm amazing. So it's a slap on student union. We don't need student union
where we went through that. I went to University of Nigeria. That's the way we played it. But this is a different ball game. You're addressing the nation.
It doesn't matter. The nation should respect its citizens.
You have to listen.
We have casualties outside.
The man is getting it right. On a daily basis.
That means that.
But the people,
can we have some pegs?
The young people will have
us through some pegs.
Exactly.
Some of these things the
president is getting right.
Okay, steps.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Things we should have known.
You don't know that we have recorded an improvement in security, matters of security. You have not seen how we are battling to reposition Nigeria through diversification. You have not seen that in 2015, the budget is about 16 billion for road infrastructure. And I speak to you now, they have spent 70 billion, as I speak today, on roads only. And then, of course, one revolution that we must not overlook is the fact that we are moving away from oil. We are moving away from oil. Of course. We are moving away from oil. And this is the place to be. We are going to suffer it for many years of profligacy, of neglect, of political stupidity. You know, people don't take governance as a serious matter. I was in Dubai in 2009. And I returned in 2012. I saw massive infrastructure.
Is that possible in Nigeria?
Roads, it is possible. It's just that those who were there didn't know that this is where to be. That before you do that, you need to make your country a destination. That's what those people have been able to do. With oil money.
Mr. Bokwe,
with oil money.
Hold your point. Hold your point. Interesting position being held by my guest here tonight. We will get to hear more from them and at some point get you to contribute to this discussion. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.